Approximately 80 people gathered for the quiet ceremony, including representatives from the federal government. Following a few speeches, wreaths were placed on the Veterans Monument to honor the more than 12,000 Indigenous men and women who have served this country. It was a sunny but cold day. In spite of cold feet, Catherine Askew says it's humbling.
I think of the soldiers who were in the trenches, who were frozen for months at a time, whose feet were riddled with sores and mud from the conditions they lived in. And so my feet, although they're cold, it doesn't mean much compared to their sacrifice.
Askew has served in the Canadian Forces for 26 years. She comes from a long line of dedicated veterans on her father's side from the Moose Factory First Nation. In all, she says it amounts to 110 years.
My great-grandfather served during the First World War. My grandfather served in the Second World War. They were both in the infantry. And when they came home, there was no recognition of their service to Canada. Of course, as many Indigenous people know, we didn't even have voting rights at that time, yet we chose to dedicate our service to this country. And for far too long, that service as well was not remembered on Remembrance Day, and Indigenous people were not invited to lay wreaths at the National War Monument.
Patrick Stevens is from Nipissing First Nation. He's served 22 years in the Canadian Navy. He says being a land protector is a sacred duty. That's why taking time for ceremonies like this is important.
Sometimes it's difficult to truly comprehend what some members may have gone through. I think it's a great honor and privilege to be here to support some of these veterans, Indigenous veterans, as well as the importance to remember truly what we've been through. Because if we know where we came from, we can definitely tell where we're going.
Annette Francis, APTN National News, Ottawa.